What's up, YouTube? So today I'm going to talk to you guys about nice guys and why they don't actually finish last. If you haven't seen Jenna Marble's video, she does a pretty good job explaining it, but I think her message starts to get lost towards the middle because she starts rambling and pretty much complaining a lot more. I guess for the entertainment, but I'm just going to give you like a straight up answer. And as far as experience and knowledge goes, I've talked to like a lot of people, and as far as dating and the internet goes, you're talking to a guy who's probably watched more dating videos than anyone else out there on the internet and on YouTube, etc., etc. Yeah, so like if you have seen a video on YouTube, I guarantee you, even if it has like 10,000 views on it, I've probably seen it too. So I've kind of put all that together, and a lot of things are recurring. Like you get the same type of ideas from pretty much most dating books and dating advice I've found and read. So this is just like a summation of all that, so you don't have to go through all that yourself. So let's get started. The phrase "nice guys finish last", it's used quite a lot, and most of the time, me particularly, I used to do this myself because I fit straight into that category. They would use the phrase to pretty much make an excuse. If something didn't work out, they would just throw that phrase out there and blame someone else or something else. And honestly, that's a very common thing for humans to do. If you're frustrated or something doesn't work, you blame someone, and you, for some reason, always put the blame on someone other than yourself. Usually, unless you're like consciously aware of it and like maybe there's something I did wrong too. But I'm not just talking to you from like a random perspective. I oftentimes in the past was pretty much the guy who would blame others or make the excuse, oh, nice guys finish last, that's the only reason why it didn't work. So let me tell you, nice people do not finish last. If you had the choice to hang out with someone who was nice or someone who was mean, and that was the only difference between them, like everything else about them was the same personality, same physical traits, everything else, except one person was a constant jerk to you all the time. He stole your shampoo, he stole all your clothes, he stole money from you. Or someone who is very nice to you all the time. Which one would you choose? Yeah, most of you guys would choose a nice one. Some of you guys might choose the mean one just to troll around, but I know deep down you'd prefer the nice one if you really had to choose. So it makes sense. Nice people don't really finish last. They finish first. The stigma is that nice people are also very clingy people who pretty much worship others and are very clingy and don't have any self-confidence themselves, so they pretty much are very needy. And that's not true. There's a word for that, and that's needy, clingy. So they're completely different things. A nice person doesn't have to be needy, but oftentimes the words are associated together. So that's why people say, oh, nice guys finish last. No, it's the clingy guy, the needy guy who finished last. And so let me just break it down into 4 different types of guys. And these types of guys can merge too. I'll explain it to you later. There's 4 different types of guys. Let me not confuse you. Let's just say that 100% of guys are in these 4 categories. There's the nice guy, then there's the needy guy, then there's the not so nice guy, and then there's the not needy guy. So you got 4 different categories. And here's the thing, you can be more than one. You can be nice and not needy, or you can be not nice and not needy. And the thing is, freaking nice guys usually tend to be very needy, because the only reason most of them are nice, don't deny it, and I used to be this way myself, they would oftentimes try and be overly nice to impress a girl, and the reason is because they feel like they're behind the other guys or whatever, so they try and be really nice, and then when it doesn't work out, they say, oh, they make the excuse that they were just naturally nice and the girls didn't like how nice they were, and that's why they were rejected. And so I know it's really hard to hear, like back when I was really at a loss, and I asked around for advice. That's kind of the pretty much advice I was given, and it was pretty harsh on me too, because I mean, they were pretty much saying, dude, you're saying all these things about how none of it's your fault, but here you are being super needy, and that's not going to work, and you can't just keep blaming the fact that you're nice on that. So sometimes it is harsh, but that's the truth. So there's these 4 categories, and the 2 on the bottom, nice and needy, tend to associate together because the majority of the people are usually nice and needy. There are like a small portion of the population who are nice and not needy, but it's not as large. Then there are other types, you know, the douchebag who's not nice, but he's not needy as well. And for some reason, girls just like these guys better. They're complete douchebags, but they're not needy. They don't call the girl every 10 seconds. They don't send $50 roses to the girl every 2 seconds. And the reason why this doesn't work, I mean, some of you guys out there are probably like, what? I thought a girl would like it if she got $50 roses every 2 seconds. That's a lot of money for free. The reason is because the stigma behind it is that you're pretty much worshiping her, putting her on a super pedestal if you do that. And girls don't like that. Like, if you can't talk to them as an equal and you keep talking to them like you're her servant, like, how is that relationship even gonna last? Like, it's not even a relationship. It's just like a job. Like, you're a servant and she's like the master, and nothing's gonna happen from that. She's not gonna want to date her servant or anything like that. So that's pretty much it on nice guys and why they don't finish last. I would have to say douchebags get associated with not being needy, because most of the time when you're that mean, you don't come across as needy, because you don't. Why would you? And that's why they get associated. But of course, there are these 2 exceptions to the rule. You can be nice and not needy. Best of both worlds. And these guys are really rare. And obviously, they're both really good qualities. So that's probably what would work best. So in terms of why nice guys finish last is so overused and used improperly, in conclusion, it's pretty much down to the fact that people use it wrong. They use it as an excuse when something doesn't work. Like, there's so many reasons why a girl can dump you or doesn't like you. Like, you haven't taken a bath in like a month. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not saying I've done it, but let's just say sometimes I'm not the most nice smelling. Or something else. It could be so many things. One, you don't have a job and you spend like 50 hours a day playing video games. Or two, you do nothing but insult others. There's so many other things out there, but a lot of people just make excuses and say this doesn't work because of this, and it's completely not my fault. And I've been there myself, and it's something you have to fix, because it's an easy way in just blaming something else to falsely give yourself the assertion that there's nothing you could do, so you can keep on doing what you're doing. And it comes down to the fact of whether you want to be that kind of person, or you want to just change your ways, and then that way you can get girls. And I'm not talking about like you can't play video games anymore. There's plenty of people who still play video games and they get girls. It's just about like like not being needy. If you have like no hygiene and no fashion sense, that's something you can fix yourself. It's just down to you doing it yourself. So that means like if you only wear like 2 shirts the entire year, I think it's time for you to go to the mall and buy some clothing and stuff. If you don't have that kind of money, get a job. It's not that hard. I know it may seem like it is, but come on. Go down to McDonald's if you have to, flip a few burgers for an hour, and then you got some money, you can buy like a t-shirt or whatever. And there's so many other factors out there other than the fact that you are nice. And the thing is, even if you were nice, that's not going to be the reason why she rejected you or whatever. Being nice is not the case, okay? If you look at anyone who you're friends with, or anyone else like that, they're probably pretty nice to you. That's not causing you not to be friends with them. Okay, being nice is something that's really good. So just make sure that it's not an excuse. And if you have any other questions, send me a message in for my YouTube. Just private message me that, and I'll try and make a video on it. And finally, if you get nothing else from this, just make sure you're not complaining, okay? That's the one thing that I used to do a lot, and it's really not good for you. If something doesn't work out between you and a girl or whatever, you can't just sit there and complain and say this and that, and because that's going to lead you down to the road in falsely making up some situation where nothing that happened was your fault and you were the perfect guy. And yeah, the truth is sometimes you're not the perfect guy. But I do have to say, there are some mean girls out there who play with you and just mess around with you. So if you're not being needy and you're clean and stuff, there is a very 1% chance that the girl is just a player and you're the perfect guy and it just didn't work out. But 99% of the time, you gotta check yourself. So that's it for that, and I hope that cleared some things up. Peace, and I'll see you guys later.